Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you to another live webinar of AAA Associates Immigration Services. The topic for today's webinar is Montenegro Citizenship by Investment. This platform is centric to educating potential investors of citizenship and residency by investment. To tell you a little bit about the country, Montenegro is located on the Adriatic coast of Balkans in Southeast Europe. It has borders with Bosnia, Albania, Serbia, and Kosovo. With its beautiful Mediterranean climate, diversity, and political stability, Montenegro is a whole attractive package for individuals to settle in. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have with us Mr. 𝐀𝐑𝐘, who is Deputy Director of Citizenship by Investment Unit of Montenegro Citizenship by Investment Program. And also we have with us Ms. Joanna. We also have with us Mr. Cihan Zeybhat. Mr. Cihan has been working with AAA Associates for many years and has been assisting and helping investors and guiding them for potential programs of citizenship by investment. To brief you a little bit about the format for the webinar today, first, Mr. 𝐀𝐑𝐘 will guide us and enlighten us about the program for Montenegro Citizenship by Investment, followed with insights from Mr. Cihan with how AAA Associates and his team can assist in getting the citizenship and application done for Montenegro program. We request our audience and to post their questions throughout the webinar. They can post their questions in English, Arabic, Hindi, and Urdu, and we will try to answer all of them. If you are unable to answer your questions, you can leave your details with us, and we will try to get back to you as soon as possible. We will also request you that you please try to maintain and keep up with the webinar throughout the webinar and be with us throughout the webinar to get the maximum insights about Montenegro citizenship by investment. Without further ado, now I would like to request Mr. 𝐀𝐑𝐘 to please enlighten us about the program. Over to you, sir.
Dobar dan. Pozdravljam vas u ime Agencije za investicije Crne Gore, koja je nadležni organ za sprovođenje odluke.
Good afternoon to everyone. On behalf of the Montenegro Investment Agency, who is in charge for implementing the program of citizenship in Montenegro.
Vlada Crne Gore je donijela odluku putem koje se investiranjem može steći crnogorsko državljanstvo prijemom.
The whole program is based on the decision of the criteria method and a procedure for selection of the person who may acquire for Montenegro citizenship by admission for the purpose of implementation of special investment program of special importance for the business and economic interests for Montenegro.
Odluka je donijeta krajem 2018. godine i stupila je na snagu 1. januara 2019. godine.
The government adopted the decision at the end of the 2018 and started with the implementation of the program on 1st January 2019.
Odlukom je predviđeno da će se sprovoditi do kraja 2021. godine ili eventualno ukoliko prethodno bude zadovoljen kriterijum od 2000 aplikanata koji su dobili crnogorsko državljanstvo.
During that period of the special program, up to 2,000 decisions, actually requests of the admission to Montenegro citizenship may be adopted at maximum, and decision predicted to be until the program will be implemented until the end of 2021 year.
Našom odlukom je predviđeno da aplikanti mogu aplicirati za dobijanje crnogorskog državljanstva isključivo preko agenata za posredovanje.
The applicants may acquire for Montenegro citizenship by admission only through the agents intermediary agents as per decision.
Shodno tome sproveden je međunarodni javni poziv na kome su izabrana 3 renomirana agenta za posredovanje.
According to that, the government proceed the international public calls for choosing the intermediary agent as well as the due diligence agent.
Također sproveden je i međunarodni javni poziv za izbor due diligence agencija koje vrše međunarodnu provjeru podobnosti aplikanata.
And as I mentioned before, as well the intermediate agents, there was a public call for the due diligence agent, and the agency gave a license to 3 reputable companies as intermediary agents and 2 reputable companies as due diligence agent, like SRM from the London and 𝐁𝐸𝐻 from Canada for the due diligence assessment.
Da bi aplikant ispunio kriterijume, potrebno je da izvrši uplatu troškova postupka koji su shodno našoj odluci 15.000 eura za aplikanta, 10.000 eura pojedinačno po članu porodice, a najviše do 4 člana i 50.000 za svakog sljedećeg člana porodice.
For the purpose of the cost of the procedure, the applicant has made the payment to the payment account of the competent body in the amount of 50,000 euro for the applicant and plus 10,000 euro for each family member, up to 4 members at the maximum, and 50,000 euro for each next family member.
Također, neophodno je da na escrow račun položi iznos od 100.000 eura kao donaciju vladi Crne Gore.
He has to deposit amount of 100,000 euro on the escrow account as a donation for the government of Montenegro.
Kao sredstva koja su predviđena za investiranje u program, date su 2 mogućnosti. Jedna je u iznosu od 450.000 eura ukoliko se vrši investiranje na jugu Crne Gore ili u glavnom gradu, a druga je 250.000 eura ukoliko se vrši investiranje na sjeveru Crne Gore.
Also, he has to deposit 450,000 euro in case that he investing in the purpose of investing in the coastal region or the capital Podgorica, or 250,000 euro to deposit on escrow account in case to investing in the north region of the country.
Potrebna su još 2 uslova. Jedan koji se tiče pravosnažnosti, odnosno da nije osuđivan aplikant na kaznu dužu od godinu dana, i drugi koji je neophodan uslov, a to je da dobije pozitivnu ocjenu due diligence agenta.
There is 2 additional conditions for the applicant. He has not been sentenced in Montenegro or another state by a final and binding court decision to an unconditional prison sentence for more than 1 year for a criminal offense. And one more condition is to get the positive assessment by due diligence agent.
Razvojni projekti koji su predviđeni odlukom, a u koje aplikanti mogu vršiti investiranje, su iz oblasti turizma, poljoprivrede i prerađivačke industrije.
The development projects, according to the decision, in 3 fields that applicant can invest in 3 fields. It's tourism, processing industry, and agriculture.
Za sad se na listi razvojnih projekata u koje postoji mogućnost investiranja od strane zainteresovanih aplikanata nalaze samo hoteli i ima ih 13 na listi.
For now, there is only option investing in tourism, and on the list of developing projects in tourism, there is 13 projects that applicant can choose some of them, which is the building of hotels, condo model of business, and etc.
Na zahtjevu sa aplikantom mogu se nalaziti članovi njegove porodice, odnosno bračni supružnik, kao i njegova maloljetna i punoljetna djeca.
Besides the applicant, application can contain family members within the meaning of the decision are the spouse, married spouse, and applicant children that turned 18 years old age, who are dependent of the applicant.
Za njih je također potrebno dostaviti određenu dokumentaciju, odnosno ovjerenu kopiju pasoša, izvod iz registra rođenih, izvod iz registra vjenčanih, polisa osiguranja koja važi u Crnoj Gori i potvrda da ne boluju od zaraznih bolesti.
In addition to the application, the family members as well as applicant need to submit certain documentation, such as a copy of passport, certified copy of passport, certified copy of ID, marriage certificate, birth certificate, police clearance, confirmation that they are not suffer from some disease, and that's it, more than less.
Nakon što se kompletira dokumentacija, ista se dostavlja nadležnom organu za odlučivanje o ispunjenosti uslova za prijem u crnogorsko državljanstvo.
After the application fulfill all these criteria by the decision that is checked by the Montenegro Investment Agency, next step is the application is proceed to the competent body in Ministry of Interior Affairs of Montenegro.
Nakon izvršenih provjera državnih organa Crne Gore, ukoliko je konačna odluka da aplikant ispunjava sve uslove, on se obavještava da izvrši prenos sredstava koja su do tad bila na escrow računu, na račun investitora kod koga gdje je odlučio da investira svoja sredstva i na račun države.
After final decision of Montenegro internal Ministry of Internal Affairs and Prime Minister that applicant fulfill all criteria with positive assessment of due diligence agent, we as competent body, as Montenegro Investment Agency, informing the applicant that he fulfilled all criteria, and the next step is to transfer all payments from escrow payment to the account of investor.
Potom revizor koji je angažovan od strane agencije da potvrdu da su sredstva uspješno prenesena na račun investitora i na račun države i stekli su se uslovi da aplikant dobije državljanstvo.
After informing the applicant and the payment from an escrow account to the investor, the Montenegro Investment Agency will inform audit to check the payments from escrow account, and when it's all done, the procedure can be closed, and he can come in Montenegro in the Ministry of Interior Affairs to take a decision to be citizen of Montenegro.
Toliko o programu.
That is more than less about the program in whole, when it's about the procedures.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Jacob. Thank you for your insights. Thank you, Ms. Joanna, as well.
You're welcome.
Now, I would like to ask Mr. Jahan to please tell us how AAA and his team can assist the clients and how they can proceed with the application.
Thank you, Isha. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to apologize to you today. We were supposed to be joined by Mr. Imran Farooq, our group CEO, but he could not because of ill health, and we wish him best of health. And I would like to thank Mr. Jacob and Ms. Joanna for taking time out of their busy schedule and enlightening ourselves and our clients about the program. As Isha mentioned, these webinars are very centric to educating our clients about various programs and options that they have in the immigration world. And we believe that some decisions, an individual only makes once in life. And choosing a country for second citizenship is definitely one of those decisions. So we believe that it's very important that our clients make very informed decisions. And before they make a decision of choosing a country, they have all the information from the right sources available to them. When a client makes a decision about choosing a country, we've seen that they primarily look at two things. What a country has to offer and the strength of the passport. I think Montenegro fits both the criteria. You're all aware that the citizens of Montenegro can travel to about 130 countries and territories worldwide without a visa. With that, it offers clients, it offers potential investors a country that they call, that they can call second home. It offers a great infrastructure, as Isha mentioned, beautiful Mediterranean weather, great healthcare system, and everything that a business person or an investor would want to get from his second home, his second country. The current scenario of the pandemic has certainly taught us that we have to become global citizens. Becoming a global citizen is now a must. And I think being at the right place at the right time is perhaps the most important thing in today's world, at least. I think Montenegro is a great option. I mean, Montenegro has always been at the crossroads of multiculturalism. It has everything that a new investor, a new citizen, would want to assimilate fully into a country. So it certainly is a wise choice for second or alternate citizenship. The fact that Montenegro would soon be a part of European Union is a cherry on the cake. With that integration, all the citizens, for all of them, the entire European Union would basically be their playground. So that would come as an added benefit or an advantage. Ladies and gentlemen, as you're aware, we at AAA Associates have been dealing with immigration for more than 20 years now. And we are a team of experienced lawyers, seasoned immigration consultants and case processing officers, and finance professionals. With that, we've also developed a state-of-the-art system that has fully automated our workflow. Right from the time when a client steps into our office to the time when the passport or the citizenship is actually delivered, we're all automated. This helps us in processing the applications in the smoothest and the fastest manner possible. We have set up systems which updates clients and which gives information to the clients without any human intervention. So if there is a requirement that comes from the government, maybe a new document or some extra information, the information from the citizenship unit to the client is basically shared real time. So you could basically, with a single click, check the status of your application and see what is the progress. You could, with a single click, submit all of your documents to us through the system. If there are any financial transactions, the system is basically designed in a way that it can carry those transactions as well. So we like to call ourselves as one-stop solution for all immigration needs, and we have done that indeed by combined experience that we have as our staff, as a team, and all the latest systems that we have in place. We speak more than 10 languages, ladies and gentlemen: English, Arabic, Russian, Farsi, to name a few. I'm pretty sure we speak the language that you require, and we understand that every immigration case, every application is unique. And once again, with our combined with our combined experience, we are confident we've already seen your case. We will basically guide you from the beginning to the end. I mean, providing your a sample for the documents that you need, or the way that you transfer your funds, or helping you with the operations itself. Will take care of end to end. I don't really want to take much of your time, ladies and gentlemen. I know the most exciting part of any webinar is perhaps the question and answer session. And I think we can move ahead to our question and answer session. And I would like to once again thank you for attending our webinar. And I would once again like to thank Mr. Jacob for taking our time and attending our webinar. And we have a lot of questions, Mr. Jacob, and you'll have to bear with us for the questions. I mean, that's where we kind of interact with our audience. So I think, Isha, we can begin with our question and answers.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Jahan. I can see that a lot of people have joined us just now, the webinar, and I would like to welcome all of you once again. We have already received a lot of questions, so I will direct my first question to Mr. Jacob. So you've already told us a little bit about the program, but the first question that we have here is, if you can tell us that how much capital is required in order to get Montenegro citizenship? Just for the information of the people, how much capital is required to get Montenegro?
That we mentioned before, that it needed 2,500,000 if it's investment in the coastal region or the capital Podgorica, 450,000. In other case, if applicant is interested in the north region of the country, in that case, he needs to invest 250,000 euro plus 100,000 of donation for the government of Montenegro for development.
Thank you.
So if we put it correct, Ms. Joanna, basically it's a combination of both a contribution to the government and an investment in the real estate, and it depends on where you're investing. If you invest on the northern side, then it's 250, and if you invest in the south, then it's 450.
Yes, exactly. But 100,000 as donation is obligatory.
Yes.
Plus, that's a combination, two of that. Either 2,500,000, either 450,000 euro.
Right. Okay.
Plus fees, which is, I hope that you introduce your applicants about the fees, like 10,000 for the applicant, plus 50,000 per each family member that we also mentioned before.
Right.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jahan, Ms. Joanna.
You're welcome.
Another question that we have here is from Mr. Steve, and he's asking, and I would like to direct this question to you, Ms. Joanna and Mr. Jacob. The question is, most of the CIB schemes require payment after provisional approval. However, in case of Montenegro, it requires payment upfront. So what guarantee do we have to get the funds back if the application fails or the development fails?
In the moment when we're talking about fees, that once they pay the fees, nobody can guarantee that in next steps they will get the positive assessment of due diligence, and they will be a part of further procedure. So the 100,000 euro plus investment of 2,500, they will not pay before the positive assessment of due diligence. So in that case, only amount of 10,000 for the fees, it will not be refundable, as I can say. That they have to pay for the government for participation in the program.
I think I would like to add to that, Mr. Rana. I think this is a very standard procedure worldwide with any jurisdiction that you deal with. Anisha, I think what your client means is that he would perhaps transfer the funds before he starts the application. Those funds, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Rana, those funds would stay in an escrow account.
Yes.
And we would only use the $10,000 due diligence fee in case the decision on the application is negative. The 100,000 or the 250 or the 450 is basically the client will receive the money will be sent back to the client's account. So that's the reason the funds stay in the escrow account.
Exactly. Yes.
Thank you so much.
But sorry, in addition to that, nobody can guarantee for the for positive assessment of due diligence agent and for the fees payments.
Yes, that's understood. I think that is all the applications are based on the merit of the application. Obviously, the unit has to undergo those checks and has to make sure that only the right kind of applications come in. I think that's something that's well understood.
I hope so.
Understood. All right. Okay, the next question is, the question is that, are there any restrictions on certain nationalities?
No, we don't have, as based on the decision as all nationalities are welcome to participate in the program. The only thing when it's a problem for the due diligence assessment is the capital from North Korea or Iran. It's not a restriction for the applicants itself, but it's a restriction for the capital which is coming like a source of the money who will be invested in Montenegro. The source of money which is earned in Iran or North Korea cannot be the subject of due diligence assessment. But the applicants which is coming from the Iran or North Korea can be the participant in the program if he proved that the source of the money which will invest in Montenegro is coming from some other country.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Rana. I hope that answers the question. The next question, again, I would like to ask you, and I would direct it to Ms. Rana and Mr. 𝐀𝐀𝐀 again. It is actually a couple of questions together. And the questions are if a client can add parents, if they can add siblings to their application, and what is the age of dependents if they want to add any of them.
As per this decision that Mr. 𝐶𝐬𝐭 mentioned before, the members of the family are the spouse, marriage spouse, and the children below the 18 years old. In case that and also needs to depend from them parents, that's children. Children under 18 years who can acquire from Montenegro's citizenship. In case that children are up to 18 years old age, they need to get some statement, certified statement of the parents that they are still dependent from them. And in addition to that, need to submit a certain financial proofs that children are still supported by them parents.
All right. Okay.
But siblings as itself cannot be the part of the application unless they are not married spouse or the children. Only that's accounting as a family members.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Getting to the next question, and I would like to ask this question from Mr. Jahan. Mr. Jahan, the question is that if we have ever faced any rejection from Montenegro for any client, and if there was any, what was the reason for the rejection?
What we do, in AAA is that when we start an application, and before we take an application on board, all the applications undergo a very strict and thorough KYC procedure. And then we make sure that we do our own due diligence with all the applications, and we ensure that we take only the right kind of applications where the source of funds are very clear, and we to as much extent as possible check all the applications on various databases. So generally, whenever we submit an application to any jurisdiction for that matter, the applications are accepted, but that's not the case always. We certainly have had rejections before, and that only happens when the clients don't give us the complete information. For Montenegro, we haven't had any yet, but I believe if there is an application that is rejected in Montenegro, and maybe Ms. Joanna can add to it, it would perhaps be in case the source of funds are not clear, or there is any criminality involved, with the applicant. If you have a criminal record, then I think it's better that clients should not apply. Is that so, Ms. Joanna?
Yes, exactly. So the main reason for negative assessment of due diligence agent is the source of wealth. So in case that they approve that source of wealth are coming from some, to say, risky field, or corruption, bribery, or something like that, immediately cannot be the part of further procedure. That's why we always telling to intermediary agents to submit as much proof as they can, just in order to make a more complete and more complete assessment and report with good quality.
Right.
Thank you so much, Ms. Joanna. Thank you so much, Mr. Jihan. The next question that we have here, and I would like to direct this question to Ms. Joanna again. The question is from Mr. Isa, and he is trying to understand, and he's saying that he's interested in the program. He just wants to understand that once he gets the approval, after that, he has to travel to Montenegro or no to collect his passport. Or can it be done through any agent or embassy? Because of the current situation of COVID, he wants to understand if he needs to travel to Montenegro.
Yes, that's the only time when applicant needs to visit Montenegro. That's time when, because all application submitting process, like before the approval, they can do through the intermediary agents. But once the application is approved, once the government make decision that he's approved and he can receive the passport of our country, he needs to visit Montenegro just to give biometric data to make a passport. And this is only one day. Like in 24 hours, he will have a passport with himself.
Okay, so after approval, only once clients have to go to Montenegro to do the biometrics, that's it, and to collect.
Yes, we informing intermediary agent about that. Then that agent informs the applicant to settlement the date when the Ministry of Interior Affairs will receive, actually competent body in ministry to receive the applicant, and in one day he will give all personal data for the passport.
All right, thank you. Mr. Johan, if you can add something to it, if you'd like to put your insights into it.
I think that is actually the beauty of the program. As I mentioned earlier as well, for Montenegro, it's a kind of a program. It's a kind of a country where a client would actually can establish a second home. And when we look at jurisdictions, such jurisdictions, the time to citizenship is generally very, very long, and not just a visit that is required. People have to actually physically reside in the country. So I think that's the beauty here, that not only do you get a citizenship, by actually being in your home country, by just making very minimalistic visits, but at the same time, you get an option where you can actually establish yourself with full confidence. So I think, a visit, 2 visits, a couple of days, I think if you're getting citizenship in exchange, I think that's great. Plus, I'm going to go and see a beautiful country. So, who wouldn't want to be in Montenegro?
Exactly.
Right.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jihan. Mr. Jihan, there are a couple of questions for AAA Associates, so I will direct these questions to you.
Sure.
The question is from an overseas client, and he wants to understand that if he is not in Dubai, if he's not here and he's based in Saudi, for example,
Right.
AAA associates assist in doing his application, and will there be any VAT on his application?
Yes, we most certainly can process the application for a client who is based in Saudi or any other country for that matter. As I mentioned earlier as well, the systems that we've developed and the way we work is that we can remotely process your application, and we can make all the submissions from our office here. All the information can be exchanged with us via our system, and you know, we have a lot of clients who have actually never been to our office, and we've successfully processed their applications in multiple jurisdictions. And for the VAT, well, in the UAE, the VAT is only applicable for those people who are basically based and who are residents in the UAE. So if your client, Isha, is not based in UAE and is a resident of Saudi Arabia, then the VAT is not applicable at all. And again, you know, for all the investments and all the, you know, the donation and the other fees that the client will pay, he would not be basically paying it to, you know, to us in the UAE. You know, as per the procedure, there will be an escrow account that will be open for the client, or he could make his payments directly to Montenegro. So there's no question of VAT at all, you know, for your client.
All right. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Jehan. So no VAT applicable for overseas clients, and the applications can be done remotely. We really don't need them to travel to Dubai. It can be done without them being here. The next question, I would like to direct this to Mr. 𝐀𝐀𝐘 and Ms. Joanna. And the question is that, can a Montenegro mother give citizenship to her newly born child? Is it for generations to generations?
Sorry, once again, please, if Montenegro,
for example, if somebody is a citizen of Montenegro already and has a newborn child in the family, is the citizenship extended to children as well?
I think this is about, you know, if somebody acquires, let's say I acquire Montenegro citizen, for example, and if I have a newborn child, will that child have citizenship as well?
Yes, definitely.
I think it follows for any country. I mean, when you are a citizen and you're born to a citizen, you are a citizen of that country, right? You're a citizen by descent. Definitely. So I think that is pretty impossible.
Okay. All right. Getting to the next question, and the question is from Mr. Amir Hashim. And the question is, how long will the investment be locked for? And can it be sold to anyone at the end? Or it has to be someone else applying for the citizenship by investment program only?
You ask me who can invest in the...
No, I think what she's asking, Ms. Joanna, is that, you know, when a client invests, so is there a lock-in period that the person has to keep the investment, and then when he wants to sell the investment or liquidate the investment, can he sell it to anybody, or is it just somebody who wants citizenship?
As Mr. 𝐀𝐀𝐘 said, that by the decision, it's not predicts such kind of the things like amount, like a timing about the investment period and selling, but the applicant personally with investors make a agreement, like such a contract, where that period is 5 years from investing to the moment of when he can sell the investigation.
So what you're saying, Ms. Joanna, is that as far as the law is concerned, there is no specific period, right? But
as per decision, but right. As per contract with applicant and investors, that period is 5 years.
Okay. Okay. So basically, the clients have to, you know, keep their investment for 5 years, you know, yes. in wherever place, and they are able to sell it to anybody after that, or is it somebody specific?
Yes, we don't have such a criterion who can be a buyer for that.
Okay.
Following to the question that Mr. Isa asked, he has another question, and he's asking that, is there any specific timeline to visit Montenegro once he has got his approval? So for how long his approval will be valid for? And another question is that, can approval stay for 6 months maybe? Is there any specific timeline for the approval? I think that's what he's trying to understand.
I think Isha, what he's saying is perhaps post the approval, because you about the visit.
Yes, we understood. So that's up to them, definitely. We don't have such a strict rules after approval when applicants needs to come, especially in this period, in this time when everything is jeopardized by the COVID-19. So in that field, we are not interfere as a agency, so it's up to the applicant. We don't have that period when they can come and pick up the passport, actually to give a personal data for the passport. So definitely 6 months is acceptable.
Okay, wonderful. So there is no timeline. They can because of the current situation.
Yeah, there is no time frame for such things.
Wonderful. Okay, all right. Okay, getting to the next question, Ms. Rana, the question is, when is Montenegro expected to join EU?
We expected 2020, but unfortunately everything is going so slow. So as some predictions of the politicians and European Union, we're supposed to get the membership in 2025. So I hope so that it will be soon as we expect.
Okay, all right. So very soon, hopefully, Montenegro will be part of European Union as well. The next question is, I'll direct this question to Mr. Jihan. Mr. Jihan, the question is, how prompt is AAA in getting answers from Montenegro Citizenship Unit?
Well, how prompt? I mean, you've got the top man in the citizenship unit sitting with us answering your question right now. Well, very prompt indeed. Again, as I said earlier, the way we operate and the way we process the applications is that everything is automated, and any new requirement that comes in from the government, or any new, let's say, document that is required, or if something is not right, or if they need more information, we don't really have to wait for somebody to send an email, but the system basically would notify the clients automatically. We, as I said, have been in the industry for a long time. We've been processing applications for a long time. We generally get answers for the questions in real time.
Yeah,
so I would say very prompt.
That answers Mr. Mohammed's question. The next question that we have here is, the question is, what is the risk that the government will change their plan if I already applied and I have not received my passport yet? So the application is in process and there is certain change in the process. Ms. Joanna, if you could answer that question.
Because the program, it will go such it is until 2021. Now, as elections happen in Montenegro, we cannot say on behalf of the government nothing in this moment, but we hope that until the end of the program, it will stay decisions according to the decision of the criteria method and for the choosing of the person who may acquire till now.
And I think I would like to add it, and the government has been very specific in basically stating that they'll only accept 2,000 applications, and that the program will exist till the end of 2021. So we don't see any reasons why the government should change their plan. And in fact, this is actually, I would like to tell our clients that they should actually hurry up in making up their minds, and applying, because And we almost have just 1 year for the applications to be processed, and this is kind of I would call it the last chance. It's the last call. So, you could start your application soon, become a Montenegrin citizen before, the program ends.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jahan. Thank you, Ms. Zoena. Thank you for your insights. We have a lot of questions still, and I think we couldn't answer all the questions, but I would like to request our audience to leave their contact details so that we can contact them and answer whatever we couldn't. Thank you so much, Mr. 𝐀𝐀𝐀, for your time today. Thank you for guiding us and telling us about the program and giving us your insights and how the program works in these testing times also. Thank you so much, Mr. Jahan, for guiding us and telling us how AAA associates can assist clients and help them do their applications, and also for our overseas clients.
Thank you, Isha, and I would like to thank Mr. Jacob and Ms. Ioana as well. They've obviously taken time out of their busy schedule and educated us about the program, and we hope to continue this series in the future as well. And I would like to thank our audience that have joined us today, and we hope that this webinar has been successful in educating you about the citizenship program of Montenegro. And as Isha said, we are here. You could visit us in our office in Dubai or in Abu Dhabi, or you could consult with us or any digital media that you like. We offer multiple options, and you can go to our website, give us a phone call, and we can take it from there. Once again, thank you everyone, and we hope to continue this and see you soon again.
Thank you for having us, and hope we will cooperate in the future as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nizam. Thank you everyone. Thank you our audience for joining us today. Hope to see you all soon. Take care, stay safe.